Hey guys, Happy New Year. Welcome back. I'm really glad you're here because I haven't been here all year. For like a year and a half, really, I haven't been here. I really miss being on here, so I'm coming back. But I need to update you guys on where I've been, why I disappeared off the face of the planet, and what I've been doing, what I plan on doing. I have a lot to catch up with for you guys. I'm going to try to not make this video so long, but it may end up being long because once I start talking, I rant, and I talk in circles, and I don't know. But welcome back. I'm glad you guys are watching this. Whoever's watching this, thank you for watching it and keeping up with me because people have been asking, where am I? So here I am. I'm about to drink this Mom water. If you guys have never had these, they taste like water. Like, that's what it's called. So I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that these things taste like nothing, but they taste like water with just a little fruit squeezed into them. You know what I mean? I like them. I think they're really good. So it's been a long year, and first off, I'm making this video right now because I have to cut up all this fruit because Bryson started preschool in September, which is crazy because I was just looking back on my channel and some of my videos he was so little in, and he started preschool in September, and he's been sick since September. He's been sick, and he was sick the full 2 weeks before Christmas break, so I didn't have a chance to send his teachers gifts. So I'm making them like little simmer pots. Do you guys know what that is? It's where you throw oranges and apples and cinnamon and all these spices in water, and you let it boil, and it makes your house smell amazing. Even though Christmas time's over, it's still just a winter smell. So I gotta cut all this up, and then I'm gonna dehydrate all of this stuff and send it dehydrated because I don't want to send fresh fruit up to the school. You know what I mean? So anyways, that's why I'm videotaping while I'm doing this. So Happy New Year. It is New Year's Eve right now, and I need to get all this stuff off my chest now before the new year starts. Obviously, if you read the title to this video, my father passed away in April, and his health was declining months before that. So if you go back in my channel, I had a video of me going camping by myself and hunting by myself last year, and I went on that trip because I literally felt like the weight of the world was on my shoulders at that time. And I made that video and didn't talk about any of that. But my father got diagnosed with a lung disease in 2019, a couple months after my son was born. And he was in the early stages, so he had a couple years, but I've known since 2019 that my dad is going to die within the next couple years. And last winter, it really started declining, and I knew the time was coming soon. And it's like I had 4 years to prepare for this moment, and you would think like, oh, you have time to prepare, but it's like, do you have time to prepare for your parent dying? Because I don't think there's a time that can prepare you for that. And oh man, I don't even know where to start right now because it's a lot. I will start at Christmas last year. So Christmas last year, his health was declining very rapidly. And fortunately, I live 2 minutes from him. So I was the one helping him. And he slowly just got worse. And I feel like my glasses are like contrasting on my face really weird. Let me take them off. Were they putting like weird lines on my eyes? I feel like they were. So I don't know how to talk about this because it was just so much. Or I don't know how to say it in the right timeline. So it would start out, hey, I can't go to the store to pick up my prescriptions anymore because it's all the way in the back of the store, and I get too out of breath to walk back there. This disease just slowly made him breathe worse and worse. Then it would go to, hey, I can't go to the grocery store anymore. Can you come over, set up my phone so that I can get my groceries delivered to my house? And he would get them in the house. And then it would go to, hey, I can't get my groceries in my house, so I'm going to order them, but I need you to come get them off the porch and put them away. Then it's, hey, I can't do my laundry downstairs anymore. Can you come do my laundry? Hey, I can't take the trash out anymore. Can you come take the trash out? And it's all little things that we all do every day in life that we take for granted. All of us take our health for granted. And if you can get up in the morning and go make coffee, then you should feel very grateful. Oh man, it's so much, but he got worse and worse. And the thing is, he was very stubborn. I'm stubborn. I got it from him. He's hard-headed. He was hard-headed, and he didn't like to ask for help. I don't like to ask for help. A lot of people don't like to ask for help. And he would only let me help him. So for months, from the end of summer 2022 until he passed, like, I'm a single parent. I have my own house. I'm raising my son by myself. It's just me and Bryson all throughout the week. Then I work full time, and then I was taking on his whole life too, and it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a very, very difficult winter, and it's just too many details to get into. But, and at the same time, his dog was also dying and declining. They both were declining at the same time. And Bentley, I love that dog so much. Like, I freaking loved him. I bought him when he was 8 weeks old, and I'm a very adopt don't shop person now, but I bought him then. He was $600. I don't even know how I had $600 then. I was making like $13 an hour at the time. Like, I don't even know how I afforded him, but I bought him for my dad, I think in 2012 or 2011 as a Father's Day gift. So he's been around my whole entire 20s, and man, he was bad. He was bad. Like, my dad did not train him. My dad let him run that house because my parents got divorced in, I don't know. And my dad had like girlfriends throughout the years, but it was always just him and Bentley. Like, and everybody that knows my dad knows how much he loved this dog. Like, it was just them two. Like, I'll put pictures of them up in this video. But they were like this, and they both were declining at the same time. Bentley got diagnosed with a bone cancer the year prior, so he was getting way worse. And I bring that up because while I was trying to take care of my dad, since Bentley was also doing bad. Sorry, I had to eat that orange. They smell so good. Like, they smell so good. So I bring that up because since Bentley was doing bad, my dad couldn't get up to let him out anymore. So Bentley was doing all his business in the basement. And that required me to be over there multiple times a week to clean up this 120-pound dog's mess. You guys know what I'm talking about. Clean up his mess in the basement multiple times a week for months and months and months and months. And I would just put layers of puppy pads down, and I had to go clean that up multiple times a week. And that was one of the hardest things about that whole entire winter, because obviously the whole thing is just hard to deal with in general. But I always have Bryson with me. Bryson's running around upstairs. You know, my dad has stuff everywhere. Bryson's getting into everything. So I'm trying to pick up these pee pads. It's got poop all over them. And my dad's yelling because Bryson's getting into something and he can't get up to stop him. And it was just not good. Like, I'm talking like it's okay because I've been waiting till I'm okay to talk about all this stuff, but it was really, really too much for me to handle. But of course, I'm too stubborn to ask for help too. So I spend my whole winter, fall and winter, taking care of my father, who's just slowly withering away in his chair. And this is a man that I grew up thinking he was invincible. Like, this man, I was so close with him. Like, I was the definition of a daddy's girl. And any of my family that's watching this, they know, like, if my dad was there, I was there. If I was there, my dad was there. We were like this for the majority of my life. And he took me hunting and fishing the moment I could walk. And my greatest memories as a child was doing all these outdoor activities with him. That is what I lived for. I remember I was such an antisocial kid because all I wanted to do was like hunt and fish. So like I had no issue making friends. I had tons of friends. I had tons of girlfriends. And I remember we would all hang out and I would like be at these sleepovers and be like, I wish I was going fishing tomorrow morning or hunting tomorrow morning instead. But instead I'm at this sleepover. You know what I mean? Like, and I've been like this since I was a kid. Like, it's crazy to think back on this stuff. Like, I had it in me to be this crazy outdoors lady my whole entire life. And my dad had me out there from younger than I can remember, you know, like as far back as I can remember. It was me and my dad. Like, it was, and we had our differences as I got older. He was a very, very heavy drinker. And a lot of stuff that I grew up dealing with, I thought was normal. But as I find out when I'm older, living with an alcoholic, that stuff is not normal. So we had a lot of issues, especially once I started drinking. I started drinking very heavily when I was 15. So from 15 until I moved out of his house, we had a very, very rocky relationship. Like, we were still best friends, but we were like best friends that fought all the time. And our relationship got very toxic. It was just me and him living together for all those years. And I moved out to my mom's house when I was 22 or 23. And when I moved out, our relationship got better because we needed distance. We were so much alike, especially once we were drinking, and we bump heads, and it just got very rough there for a big chunk of my life. But I don't know. I try not to think about those times, obviously, and think about that I did have a great childhood with him. He included me in everything that he did, everything. And I didn't realize at the time how much those times meant to me. And it's crazy. I need a different knife. Hold on. Spiraling too much and getting too much into this, I could talk about my life forever. So let me just get back on track here. So I don't even remember where I was. Yeah, I was very close to my father. And I really thought as a child that he was like Superman. Like, the way I looked up to this man was insane. Like, I grew up in the 90s. Like, men were different then. And I grew up watching a man that there were no phones, there were no video games, there's nothing. And like, my dad knew how to do everything. He knew how to hunt, he knew how to fish, he'd buy cars, fix them up, keep them, sell them. He would build anything that would come to his mind. He stayed so busy with projects. He was very, very creative and very, my mind reminds me of his mind. And thinking back, when I was growing up, he wasn't much older than me. You know, like, I think he had me when he was 30. So the stuff that I remember, he was in his 30s, you know what I mean? And I'm 32. Like, I was watching him grow up the same way that I'm growing up right now. And our minds are very similar when it comes to projects, and we like doing stuff. And I think that's why we were so close, because I was just always wanted to do stuff. Like, I wanted to learn stuff. I wanted to experience new stuff. And I'm still like that. Like, so I don't know where this is going. So let me get back to where I was going. So last winter, I was watching the man that I thought was Superman wither away into nothing. and it was the worst winter of my entire life. Long story short, once family started realizing how bad off he was, family jumped in, and I'm very grateful that they jumped in, because at that point I was so mentally exhausted. I didn't even know what to do at that point, and they all stepped in. They were there every day. They cleaned up his house. They took care of Bentley when he was still alive, and yeah, so it's a lot. It's too much to talk about, but Bentley passed away in March, and I was there one day, and then the next morning I woke up to text messages from my dad saying it's time, find somebody to come put him down. So I found somebody to come put him down at my dad's house, and me, my cousin Beth, and my dad were there while he got put down. And then we had to dig a hole, and you know, obviously my dad's very upset, and that's hard enough to watch. My cousin John stepped in, did the hole for me, because I go to dig this hole, the shovel breaks, like just everything was going wrong last winter. Like everything is just as worse as it could not get any worse. Like it was the worst winter of my life. And so Bentley passed away in March. My dad got put on hospice care in home. They had him on morphine, and he was on morphine for a couple weeks, and eventually my cousin found him unconscious at home. He called 911, and so everything what I'm going to tell you right now, you can interpret yourself. I need you guys to know that people online, we only share what we want to share, and I want to share this because my age, people my age, any age, we go through a lot of loss. Like everybody's parents dies, everybody's grandparents die. Like it friggin' sucks, but it's reality. So I just want to talk about this real quick, even though this has nothing to do with anything. So since he was on hospice, when he was found unconscious like that, hospice should have been called and they would have taken care of everything. But my cousin didn't know. He called 911, ambulance got him, took him to the hospital. So my dad had do not resuscitate, a DNR. He had it up on the wall. Like he did not want to be brought back once he passed away. And that's what hospice does. They make you comfortable in your last stages of life. He doesn't want to be hooked up to machines. So he goes to the hospital. This man, my father, which at that point, everybody wasn't even like shocked. Like this man died, came back, and without telling you his full life history, this man should have died like 10 times. He was a dangerous, wild man, got in multiple motorcycle accidents, street fights, baseball bats to the head, put him in the hospital for that. Like he was a wild man, and everybody that's watching this that knows him knows that Rome was a wild man. So he goes to the hospital, they take him to the hospital, and this man's numbers is the numbers of a dead man. And I get there and his numbers, they're like, we don't know how he's alive right now. And he's still alive. And what I want to share is that what happens in hospice a lot that not everybody knows about is when you're very close to dying, you come back. You come back because your body is shutting down in other ways. So then you get this like jolt in your brain and you come back. So my father, who I thought I wasn't going to see or talk to ever again, comes back. While me, my cousin Lily, and my older sister Nay are in the room, he wakes up and is talking and joking like he's fine. Like obviously he's not fine, but like we lost it because we thought we were saying bye to this man and now he's alive again. So my cousin, if he didn't do what he did, we wouldn't have been able to talk to him one more time. And we did get the opportunity to talk to him one more time. And I just wanted to say that because it's not something everybody knows, and I'm very grateful for those couple minutes that our family had with him, because it was a couple of us there, and you know, we got to talk to him one more time. So Then he was transferred to hospice, and I want to talk about this too because I never had any family members in hospice before, so this was all new for me. I showed up to hospice. He was already there. This place was so welcoming and so amazing and so... It is the biggest gift. It is the best gift you could possibly ask for in your last stages of life. These people were so caring, so empathetic for you, you know, and like at times like that, you don't want to deal with, you know, like hospital stuff, like visitors in and out, this and that. They let you come and go. You know, he had his own door out to the patio, and just, it's a gift if you end up there. And I'm sure everybody's experiences with their loved ones have been different, but I looked at it as a gift because, you know, they make you comfortable in your last few days of your life. And he was in hospice, and he's just alive, and you're just waiting. You're just waiting. We have a very big family. Family was in and out, in and out, in and out. And it was the last day, the nurses were telling us, like, it's close. Like, they can tell from his temperature, they can tell from his body, that it was time, close. So that night, it was like, it was getting late, and I'm like, I had Bryson with me, and I'm like, well, I'm not leaving because I know tonight's the night. I'm staying here. And me, my little sister Katie, Bryson, my cousin Lily, and her husband Josh were there. And Katie took Bryson out to her car, and us three were left in the room with him. And my cousin Lily, I love her. She grew up with my father, and they went through a lot together. My dad was really close with Lily's mom, which was his aunt, and the family circle can go on forever. The family circle is insane. So Lily put music on and put the phone next to my dad, and she put on Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye, and Let's Get It On was playing, which was one of my dad's favorite songs in the entire world. Like, I have vivid memories of this man singing this song. And she put that song on. She whispered in his ear, and before that song was over, we watched him take his last breath. And I don't think you can ever fully be prepared to watch your parent die. Like, regardless of your relationship with your parents, knowing that two people brought you into this world, knowing that one of them dies, it's very hard to process. And not easy. I will say that my personality and my outlook on life, I'm just very grateful. I'm just very grateful for the time that I had with him. And I'm very grateful for the childhood that he gave me. So, very long life story, and this video is already going too long. I don't know when I'm going to upload this. I am going to upload it. Very difficult, and just so difficult for everybody. Like, my mom has been divorced to him, but they were together for 20 some years. Like, it affects so many people, and it just sucks. Like, I just wish nobody had to die. Like, so my father passed, and then some more stuff happened with animals in my life. And my family, we love our dogs, we love our animals. And so at this point, I lost Bentley, lost my dad, then Gemma. If you guys have watched my old fishing videos, Gemma was my girl. I can honestly say that I would not have learned how to fish the way that I do without Gemma, because in 2016 when I started fishing, I was scared to go places by myself. I mean, I still am. I do not live in the greatest area, and I was too scared to go places by myself, so I took her with me. And she's mean looking, even though she's not mean. She's mean looking, and it kept people away from me. And man, she loved exploring so much. Like, we bonded more than any dog I've ever had, because I took her places with me and she was just the best dog to take adventuring. I let her off the leash. She stayed right next to me. I have some of the greatest memories with this dog. I remember going fishing with her once, and I hooked into a bass and it jumped. She hauled, jumped into the water, was completely under the water because she knew that I had that fish. And then she just comes up. Now she's soaked and muddy, and I gotta put her back in my truck. Like, it was just, I loved her so much. So we lost her to cancer. She was 10 or 11. So now I lost Bentley, lost my dad, lost Gemma. And then a couple weeks later, Kane, if you guys watch an old summer buzzbait video that I have, Kane was a dog that my stepdad got my mom for Valentine's Day in 2018. I was pregnant. I remember I was living at my mom's house still, and he brings this puppy home. He's like a Cane Corso mix. He's only 7 or 8 weeks old. He was adorable, like adorable. He was the worst puppy I've ever potty trained in my entire life. I was on overnight shift at the time, so I was the one potty training him. Took him forever to get potty trained. Like, he was a crazy ass puppy. Like, I loved him so much. But Kane, so we got him in February 2018, and then I had Bryson we got him in February 2019, and then I had Bryson in June 2019, and then we got him fixed not long after that. So when he got fixed, I was already moved into my house, so we brought Kane to my house to let him heal, so his incision would heal and he could rest after he got fixed. And then when he came over to heal, he never went home. He never went back home. He was my dog now. And looking back, so grateful for him, because I was a new mom. I'm on maternity leave. I don't know what I'm doing with this baby. Like, that also was a very hard time in my life. And that dog was on my lap all hours of the day, and I just remember crying 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, taking care of this baby. And Kane never left my side. Never left my side. Just, he was such a good dog. And he loved kids. He loved everybody. He didn't have a mean bone in his body. And the thing was, I always had a really bad feeling about this dog, because his body was off. And I couldn't tell when he was a puppy, but as he got bigger, his legs never formed correctly. So he walked very stiff, even from when he was a year old. He could never jump. He could never ever jump into a car. He could barely jump up on a couch. When he walked down the steps, he kind of like would wobble like this, and he had to keep his legs straight. And his bones were not formed properly. He was very, very irresponsibly bred and sold, and it broke my heart to watch him like that. And I'm telling you, I knew when he was a puppy, or when he was like, when I started seeing these issues that he had, that we were not going to have him for a full life, because along with the bones issues, he had constant infections. His body was just so out of whack. He had constant digestive issues. I took him to the vet. They seen how he was, constant digestive issues. So he would throw up all the time, and he would lose weight, and he'd gain weight, and then he'd lose it, and then he'd gain it, and then he'd lose it. And it was a normal thing. Like 1 week he'd be sticks and bones, and then a month later he put on a little bit more weight, and then he'd get sick again and throw up. And it's like, the vet had no answer, because like he just had so many issues. And he got sick a couple weeks after Gemma had passed, and we made an appointment for him. And that day I left him, I said bye to him, gave him a hug, gave him a kiss, and me, my mom, and Bryson went to Harper's Ferry, West Virginia for the day, out in the mountains. And my stepdad came home, and Kane was dead on the floor. He died by himself. But still, like, I will admit, it's messing me up. I have all this regret that I should have taken him to the vet sooner. But it's like, I've taken him to the vet before for the same issues, and it was nothing. And a lot of regret what came. Still. A lot of regret still. And it's December. He passed away in June. And it is still weighing on me so much. So that was the first half of my year. I lost Bentley, my father, Gemma, and then Kane. And obviously filming was the last thing I was ever going to do. Like, it wasn't even a thing this year. But I think that's all the very bad stuff. Now, I will be very vulnerable right now, and he's probably not going to like that I talk about this, but tomorrow's the 1st, and I just need to like clear this whole slate of this year and start over. Like, man, I need to start over. But so I was in a relationship with a very special man this whole entire year, and this man did not leave my side this whole entire year. All this stuff I'm going through, this man put me first, no matter what the circumstances were. This was a man that put his woman first in it, for anything. And I have never met a man like that in my entire life. I never met a man that genuinely cares about you so much as a person that they put you first. And it's so much for me, because I do the same thing for people. Like, I put people first before me. So when two people that are alike, like in that way, meet, it was something like I've never experienced before. And he is a great man. He is. But we both have our own issues, and we're just in different chapters of our lives. Like, now that all this death has passed, like, who I am right now is a mother. I'm a mother, so being a mother consumes me right now. Like, it's not my time to run off when I want to. It's not my time to change careers or move where I want to move, or it's not my time to do what I want to do, because I am raising my child right now. He's 4 years old. That is what I do right now. Like, I'm a mother forever, but I'm in the thicket of raising a child, and I don't take that lightly. And it just comes first, and me being a mother comes first, and it's very difficult to balance relationships, friendships, family, myself. I work full time. It's so hard to balance everything, and it's just, we both said that we feel like we met at the wrong time. It was like, we feel like we met at the right time, because it's like we both needed each other this year, but in reality, we're in such different places, and it's like, it was amazing while it was amazing until it wasn't, you know? So we unfortunately have split up, and I'm still very bummed out. It's very new still, and both of us don't know if we're making the right decision, or I don't know. But that's all I'm gonna say about that, because I'll never say super personal details like that on here. But I do want to say that not many good things happened this year besides meeting him. My best friend Elena had her baby, and my little sister got pregnant and had my newest nephew. Those 3 things are the only things, good things, that have happened to me this year. And this year has just sucked. Like, 2023 can friggin', you know what I want to say. I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to get banned or something. 2023, I'm done with you. So this video is very long. If you watched this whole entire video, like, let me know, because I'm not convinced people really watch me like that, but I don't know. If you watch this whole video, please comment and tell me that you watched this video, because I really need an eye-opening experience right now that people are watching these videos, because I want to make them again. But it's like, who's even watching them, you know? And it's like, I feel like I'm just talking to myself right now, which I am, but you know what I mean? All right, so now that all the negative stuff's out, let me talk about where I'm going with this channel, because the fact is that I can't fish and hunt every day. I can't. I don't have time. I cannot do it. I wish I could. I wish I could. But again, so now that all the negative stuff's gone, now my personality is going to come out, because that was very negative. Everything I just talked about was very negative. So now let's switch it to something positive, and my plans for this year, next year, tomorrow. 2024 starts tomorrow. So I don't have time to fish and hunt every day, every week. Brayson has been sick so much since starting school, and he has asthma. So every time that he's sick, it's sick. He's been in the ER 3 times since September. In the ER for his breathing. And he's out for weeks at a time. And if he just had a regular cold, like a normal kid, we would still go fishing, you know what I mean? He's fine. But he can't breathe. So we are stuck in this house. We are stuck in this house for weeks at a time. And I am not the one to be stuck inside. I have been going nuts. But because I've been stuck inside, I've been learning new hobbies and picking new things up. And I'm going to start like vlogging these random things that I do to pass my time, because they're interesting things. I think they're interesting, and I think a lot of people can relate to all these random things that I do. Like all this fruit, I'm going to dehydrate. So I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's done dehydrating. and I'll show you what it looks like when I have it all put together. You know what I mean? I have made a sourdough starter the past couple weeks. I've been trying to bake and cook from scratch because I have all the time in the world when I'm stuck at home and I have to do something. So I'm moving into like my homestead era, which has been inside of me literally my whole entire life. I just haven't had the confidence or means to live a life like this. And I don't want to get too much into it because this video is already too long. I'll make another video I wrote down all these ideas that I have that I'm going to make videos of. And if any of that stuff interests you, then cool. But the fishing will be mixed in whenever we can go fishing. Like, my plan is to bake a loaf of sourdough bread a week until I get good at it. But then I want to go fishing one day a week also. But then I want to bake one new recipe from scratch once a week. Like, I could ideally be making like 3 videos a week of my shenanigans. But you have to be patient with me because Bryson gets sick, stuff comes up. I have so much stuff to balance. Everything's not going to work out in the plan that I want it to work out in. You know what I mean? And that's just life. And I'm not hard on myself when it comes to the flexibility. Like, my life, I have to be flexible. So I just get into a lot of stuff. And if you followed me previously on Instagram and TikTok, like, my mind is crazy. One minute I'm thinking about baking bread. The next minute I'm thinking about going catfishing 2 hours away. The next minute I'm outside starting a brand new garden. The next minute I'm all over the place. Like, I'm all over the place. And I think I'm very relatable to a lot of people. So I'm hoping to just show people to just, I don't know. I'm just making videos. I don't know. I just need to get back on here because I need a creative outlet, and making these videos keep me creative. And the issue is that I've only done it with fishing up until this moment. But I need to do it with these other things that I'm getting into. I am very holistic. I'm very, let's do everything the natural way. I plan on getting these gardens built in my backyard. Like, I have a lot of ideas, and I'm just going to start making videos, and whoever wants to watch them can watch them. Whoever doesn't like them, that's fine too. Because I know everybody follow me for fishing, but I can't fish all the time. Like, I can't fish all the time. I wish I could. I wish I could put out fishing videos all the time. I didn't get any of my snakeheads on video. Oh, I got my first snakehead on video. I'm lying. My first snakehead is on video, and I have to put that video out. So, okay, this is how this video is going to end. It's almost at an hour. So I'm going to upload this video hopefully by Saturday. It's Sunday right now. Hopefully I'll upload this by Saturday. And my plan this week is to finish every video that I have on my phone that I haven't finished. And these videos go back 2 years. 2 years. I have like 12,000 pictures and videos on my phone. So I am literally throwing them all together. The videos are going to suck. But I have fishing content on my phone that I haven't put on this channel. So I also have a couple videos of when I went hunting and didn't get any deer. So I'm going to throw all that up on my channel. Like, literally throw it all up. And it's going to be all out of order, all out of date. It's not going to make any sense. And then I'm going to upload this video. And this video is going to be the start of my new year. Okay? It's going to be the start. So this video is going to be at the top, and all my old videos are going to be under this. So that's my plan. That's my plan. I hope it works out, and all these videos are just going to come out at once. I would appreciate it if you guys watched them all, because I'm going to be spending all week making these dusty, terrible YouTube videos of me fishing. Like, they're going to be so dusty and so bad because I'm literally going to put them in iMovie like this and upload them. Like, that's what I gotta do, because I have to restart. I almost want to make a new channel, and sometimes I think I should just not. Sometimes I think I should upload this onto a brand new channel, but like, I don't want to lose all my other videos, even though I don't have them any on here. I don't want to lose them. They're really good memories, and another reason I want to get back on here is because this channel is like a time capsule for yourself. So like if you ever thought about making a YouTube video, you should, because it's a time capsule. Like I'm looking back at videos of me and my son, like he didn't even talk in these videos, and now he's like this tall, doesn't shut up, and like I'm like, look how far we've come, you know what I mean? And it's so, it makes me so grateful that, grateful is not the word, it makes me so, I can't say the word, happy that I made those videos, because they're just such core memories for me, and they're always going to be on there for me to watch. So I don't know what I was talking about again. I don't know. This video is too long. This video is almost an hour. I don't think anybody's going to ever watch this whole entire hour. But this is the start to my new 2024 life. 2024 starts tomorrow. Starts tomorrow. So I'm starting my 2024 off with fishing. I'm going fishing tomorrow with my cousin, Tony. He's taking me fishing somewhere. We're gonna go fishing for rockfish. If you're not from Maryland, you probably call them stripers. Because every time I say rockfish online, everybody's like, what's a rockfish? Like, that's called a striper. I'm like, I know. We call them rockfish here. Like, I don't know what to tell you. That's what we call them. So I will try to film our outings tomorrow. I need to finish this because I didn't get that much done while I was talking. So I will see you guys. My next video, I'm going to show you guys a plan of what I'm going to be posting. So you guys will know if you want to keep watching me or not. But the fishing will always be mixed in. The fishing and the adventuring will always be mixed in, because I do that any chance that I get. But I have to show you guys what I do here. Like, I do a lot of random goofy stuff, and I love to learn. My passion for learning is just, I can't even explain it. It's uncontrollable, and it's like my mind never stops going, because there's so much I can learn. Like, I'm off 4 days a week. I can learn so much stuff, but I just have to do it. And I do it anyways, but I'm going to document it all. So I'm going to have some random videos coming out, but I've already said that. So I'm getting off here. I need to finish cutting up all this crap. So Happy New Year's, guys. I hope you guys stay safe tonight. Please do not be driving. You're going to see this way after New Year's Eve, so it doesn't even matter. I don't know why I'm saying that. But peace out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Here's how the mason jars turned out. They turned out really cute. So the teachers, he's got 3 teachers, so I had to make 3 of them. These jars I found at Dollar Tree for $1.25. And all they gotta do is dump this in some boiling water, and they have a little simmer pot. It's cute, right?